Hello everybody, Noble Demon Lord here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last time we played with my buddy Rad. We got a craft out to the moon, and we got a craft out to Minmus. So now we have Ratatoskar 13 orbiting Minmus, and we had Hati 7, 6 or 7, one of those, made it to the moon and back with Jebediah and his science intact. And we got a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to get an actual probe landed on the moon, like a science probe landed on the moon. So that's going to be our priority mission today. So let's go ahead and get started with that, right? So this is going to be an unmanned mission. Get some fly-by-wire in here. Use some stabilizers, right? So we have a bunch of new engines. We got a bunch of new structural stuff. Mostly couplers, decouplers, shells to protect us for our exit out of the atmosphere. But yeah, next time we're going to work on electrical stuff. But for now, we're going to focus on getting our science up to the moon. That's the job right now. We are going to need some lights to illuminate our way down to the bottom of, or down to the bottom. Yeah, down to the bottom of our trajectory. Words are hard. Did you know that? Words are difficult. I'm not a great wordsmith most of the time. Get some of these guys in here. Some of those guys. Some of these bad boys. Let's get some batteries on board, right? Get some extra batteries on board because just in case, we might land somewhere that doesn't have, great reception, quote unquote. We might not have somewhere that's great with the sun, right? So I'm gonna have these 4 kind of facing outward. I'm gonna have 2 facing upward, but we gotta rotate these guys, right? Rotate. Make sure we grab the right one here. There we go. And we can move it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, well, we'll just do that. There we go. It's good. Alright. Neat. Neato burrito. We did the thing. Now we gotta have a small fuel tank, right? Actually. No, that's too big. There we go. Do this. For that one, we'll have a tiny little liquid engine. The Terrier. There we go. Use the Terrier. So that'll be what slows us down for our landing to the moon. We want to get a set of landing gear on this bad Johnny. So let's go ahead and start retracting. There we go. Some structural stuff, right? There we go. So our main stage. Oh, that's big. That's a big one. Main stage will be a liquid fuel rocket, right? So we're just going to start with just the kind of regular old rocket here on the inside. But we just got big, bad Johnny rockets. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to see what we can do with the big, heavy fuel tanks. Alright. So that should give us plenty of thrust. Once I can actually get this stuff built here. I'm going to need some RCS modules as well. Something to keep in mind. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, now, those are all out of sync. It's alright. I don't care. So we want the skippers, right? Those are pretty big. Let's get our... I could use a payload cone, which I probably should do. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a payload cone here. Payload. Bam. Just like that. Whoa. I'd like to undo... Whoop. Ah. Alright, we can try all that build again, I guess. Yikes. Maybe I shouldn't set everything to 4 there. But while we're here, right? While we're here, let's get some RCS stuff on board. Just in case. Command control. Here. Do it this way. Get some RCS thrusters on there. Maybe we should get some... So, this stuff. Yes, please. Whoa. Ooh. There we go. Cool. That should be a little bit easier on us now, shouldn't it? Let's get these guys on board. Forgot I have taller fuel tanks now, so I don't have to worry about putting like a dozen of them on there. Kind of important. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's get back to it, right? Let's get these guys on here. Let's get these big old jumbo fuel tanks. I don't know. I think this probably is going to be kind of ridiculous overkill. Oh. Alright, let's take that off. You know, kind of have to put the little fuel tanks on here. Is that the same size? It is. There we go. The dinky little Terrier, right? And then we have to decouple it. This is kind of important to build it the right way, you know? Ooh, this is going to be a real tall rocket. Which is fine. No need for shorties here, right? Alright, it's good enough. And then we'll get these... There we go. These guys on board. 3,800, right? Those will separate. Why is that built that way? No. Fire. Fire. Separate. Fire. This... I can move that probably down here. Be my guess. Cool. Okay. Let's get some aerodynamic nose cones on here. There we go. And then... Yep. Let's get some structural pieces. There we go. Make sure that we don't jostle around too much. There we go. So this is an unmanned mission. Do those really stick out? Oh my gosh. I gotta get a new nose cone because that nose cone doesn't work. That's too big. There we go. That's better. That's ugly as hell, but it works. Okay. Fire, split off. Fire, split off. Fire... What? Are you highlighted? There we go. So that doesn't make sense, right? So we'll move this guy here. And then we'll move this guy down here. Collapse that. And we'll just get rid of this guy. Cool. Okay. Have all these fire at once. Let's get some more structural stuff. Oh, we need comm antennas, right? Can't do this without antennas. There we go. Cool. Okay, we got some dinky antennas. they're like that, so I'm gonna rotate them. Rotate. There we go. Cool. And now, finally, build our structural piece, right? So those four will go, those will fire, those will split, fire. Okay, so we have... Why is that rated in meters per second? Well, that's stupid. Okay, 3,000. I think this is like a stupid amount of thrust. I don't think we need all this, honestly. We're gonna do it anyway. So this is not the same as Hottie. What should we name this? This will be Mani 1. Mani 1. Because we're gonna land on the moon. Mani is the god of the moon. Alright, let's do it. Okay. We've got our advanced flight computer. We've got our big old rockets. Let's see what we can do here. Mani 1. Some super heavy lift stuff. Now we've got these big old engines, these big old fuel tanks. Okay, that actually might bother me. Okay. Got plenty of fuel tanks. Plenty of gas. Got more than enough thrust to get us where we need to go. Keep pushing. As we kind of continue our flight upward into the atmosphere here, right? So the moon and Kerbal are on the same plane. So the equator of Kerbal is also where the equator of the moon happens to be in this game, which is super cool. Let's see, we're gonna start pushing over here. Too much, but thankfully we've got these gimbaling engines that we can kind of use to work with instead of against us. Let's see how our... There we go. See, our apoapsis is already going up. I can actually kind of move this down more. There we go. We've made it into orbit. Already doing pretty good. Much better than those giant solid thrusters, right? Solid fuel, we can't really control that. It just goes off. But here, I can actually throttle this down. I can throttle it up, which I'm actually going to throttle it up. Right, so I want to get into a good orbit down here while we still have this speed, right? Because the only thing we do while we're going up is we're slowing down. So let's get as much speed out of this as we can. Another 1,300 meters per second should be a ridiculous amount of thrust to actually get us going, which actually... circularize up here. Bam. Circularization. And we'll just head up over here. So we just gotta be careful about our electric charge, right? Because I'm actually gonna add this to the next stage. Because we made it out of the atmosphere. We don't need this big cone on here anymore. Okay, 16-second burn. So let's get down to 8 seconds. So like Brad and I were talking about last time, right? We've got to do that. I consider that burn time in that T-minus, right? He wants you to burn 16 seconds of fuel in a second, right? It's instantaneous is how I'm treating it. So I've split the difference. So it's a 16-second burn. You start at T-minus 8. Hopefully you're done by T+8 if you've done things correctly. Or you know, damn near close enough. There you go. Just like that. We've zeroized. We set the moon as our target. And like Rad's technique, right, is we set the moon to our right. Just accelerate, 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 and bam! Look at that. We've got an interaction. So if we can just interact more with it. Whoa. Alright, so how about there? Our periaps of 422,000 meters. Whoa. Alright, well, we'll work it. We'll workshop it. Okay, so it's a 42-second burn. That is a long burn. Alright, so let's get down to that target area where we need to go. Still got plenty of charge left. Here we go. And firing. There we go. Let's keep that up. We just blasted all those covers away. Now we've got our exposed solar panels, which is excellent. That's what we wanted. And let's keep going. I think we're going to have actually too much gas for this. We'll have to probably jet the stage, the main, quote-unquote, main stage. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we need. Because that little engine's going to give us 2,000 meters per second of thrust. That's absurd. Okay. Cool. So, we've gotten kind of what we need here. Let's warp out there. It's a whole day away. It's not too bad, right? We've got a great signal the whole way through, keeping our electric charge. This is going to be a seriously close approach. 39,000 meters, which is great. Obviously we want to slow that down to circularize it. So let's just add a maneuver to slow us down. Okay. Let's get to that node. Let's warp over there. Yep, so here's the moon. I want to try to get on the sun side of the moon is kind of what I'm looking for. There we go. Okay. So it's not a huge burn, thankfully. There's the moon. It's 17 seconds. It's a pretty long burn. But all I'm trying to do is, whoa, zeroize. There we go. Fast forward a little bit. Oh, that's gonna put us down, right? So we don't want that necessarily. So let's just start slowing down. See what we can do. Okay. Cool. All useful things. There we go. So, gonna add maneuver. I want to slow down on the kind of sun side. Actually, if I can get into that crater, that would be really cool. So that's going to be my objective, is to get into that crater. So I have tons of extra fuel. Those heavy lift rockets did their job, right? I didn't really need this center stage, honestly. But we'll take what we can, right? I'm not complaining. It's a 1 second burn. Yikes. So we're going to be on the wrong side of the moon. But hopefully, Ratatoskr will wrap around and give us some coverage. Nope, no coverage. Yikes. Okay, so that doesn't bode well. We have limited probe control. That's fine. I can just fire it. Okay. Full or no throttle. Got it. Control locked. Yep, that sounds about right. Cool. So let's get back around here. Can't warp to that through that maneuver. That's a pain. Well, let's just speed up a little bit till we get control back. There we go. So we've got control back. We can cancel that. Let's go. We want retrograde, right? Let's warp over there. We're going to maintain that retrograde. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Alright, so we want to just do what we can to slow this down as much as possible. Yep, so as we get closer, we're just going to fire that retrograde rocket. Try to kind of steepen, make that angle steeper. And we have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of gas. So this is something that we can kind of spend time working, right? There's no reason that this needs to be difficult, right? So we can take our time coming down to the surface. See how I've restricted this a ton, right? So we're going to probably land right in between those two craters there. So, but I don't want to get too close, right? And plus, I can jettison this stuff as required, as you know, as we come up closer. Turn some light on. I forgot to put gear back on it. We'll just do an engine down landing, I guess. Oh, that's silly. Oh no. Oh no. Whoops. Kind of need those. So that'll be on. That'll be on money too. So honestly, I think I could probably just once we hit about 1,000 meters, I'll jettison this tall one, this long area here. This is still filled with fuel up here. Oh man, I can't believe I can't believe I forgot landing gear. That's amazing. That's wicked funny. Wow, that's awesome. I can't believe I forgot that. That's super funny. I don't even need this RCS, really. Alright, so I'm going to jettison that. We'll let that fall away. That'll smash down on the ground. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, flying debris. I want to keep this as close to 5 meters per second as I can. I think that would be the best thing for us. Where did that piece go? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, we're going to land without gear. This is going to be great. There we go. Just a tiny little bit of thrust. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. We landed it without knocking it over. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's awesome. I can't believe we made It's so silly. Okay, well, let's do some science while we're down here, shall we? Yeah, let's transmit that back. Let's check out the goo. What do we see on the goo? Goose seems to be less dense here in the moon's midlands. Words are hard. Transmit the data. Yes, please. Get a thermometer, right? 33.6 science. So again, this is all better if we can get this in person, right, with a crewed mission. But hey, I ain't complaining. Conduct a materials study. 73.5 science. The fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. Sneaking suspicion that they'll never be able to get the lab clean again. Well, we're going to transmit all this data. I think we have enough electricity on board. Nope. Uh-oh. Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, I'm just going to not touch it anymore. Okay. We're just going to leave it there. I guess we'll just warp enough to get some... There we go. There's our charge back. We'll review the data, and we'll transmit it. And then we'll leave Monty here as a kind of a relay. Wow, look at that. Alright, let's see what we got out of it. Go to the tracking station so we can pick up all the junk. Oh, there's so many debris. Okay, recover. Oh my god, there's so much. Cover. Yeah, the rest of this is going to orbit, and I don't want it in orbit, so we are going to just terminate it. You've been terminated. Okay. Well, we got 194 science. That is a ton. So, what can we do with this, right? We've got command modules. We've got exploration things, advanced electronics. Actuators don't care. Advanced fuel systems, precision, heavier rocketry. Very heavy rockets. Ooh, I want to get those later, but no, I think I'm going to do... Oh boy. So I'm going to get advanced electronics. That way we can have bigger and better batteries, right? And we can actually get some of these transmitters out into Kerbal space. Specifically the relay antennas, right? When you got to get those relays up. So let's get some advanced electronics, and we can build better relay satellites that go further out. That way we can never lose communication with anything in the system. And with that, we'll leave this episode of Kerbal Space Program here. Noble Demon Lord, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Give it a likes up, right? Yeah. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And I'll see you all next time.